Just explain to us, what are the DUP's Brexit red lines, and do they have the power to derail the negotiations?
Good morning, Belle. Well, this has been a major issue over the years of negotiations, what to do about the Irish border. And for the DUP, the idea of putting a border in the Irish Sea, effectively having a different customs regime here in Northern Ireland than the rest of the UK, is that red line. They do not want anything which would jeopardise the constitutional integrity of the UK as it is. Now, the DUP are in a deal, as you mentioned, with Theresa May after she lost her majority last year. They received about £1 billion for that supply and confidence deal, in which they would vote through whatever the government needed them to. But we have seen in the past 24 hours that deal is now under threat. Last night, the DUP, for the first time since they struck that deal, did not vote with the government last night in the House of Commons on an agriculture bill, and they are threatening to vote down the budget, which comes at the end of the month. Now, that is a big threat in British politics. Traditionally, not being able to get a budget through the House of Commons would have led to the fall of a government and a new general election. In our reforms over the past couple of years, they have changed that, so it wouldn't immediately trigger that, but it would leave Theresa May in an incredibly difficult position. And we know she already has problems with rebellious MPs on the backbenches who seem unhappy with what she's bringing back from Brussels. For Theresa May, the battle now is much more at home than it is with the EU.
Right, so not sounding very good on the UK side, but hopeful noises coming from the EU side. Could a breakthrough be in sight?
Well, Theresa May has said she's gathering her cabinet today for a special meeting this afternoon, which suggests that perhaps something has been reached in Brussels that she now needs to get confirmation from her ministers from and get them ready to go out and sell it to the British public. But really, she has problems, as I mentioned, just getting it through her own parliament. Even if she comes up with the traditional EU fudge, it has to also be approved, of course, by the other EU 27, but they seem in lockstep with each other. There'll be the European Council meeting in over a week's time, and then probably the requirement for another meeting in November to get this through. But Theresa May has to try to figure out a compromise deal on Northern Ireland. I've been travelling through the Republic and Northern Ireland for the past 48 hours, and really here everyone is still scratching their heads about what to do about the UK's only land border with the EU and what kind of arrangement they could have come up with that will please everyone. Because in the forefront of everyone's mind here is the fact that if they get this wrong, there are serious consequences in this part of the UK, which has known real troubles in the past. It's had peace for about 20 years now, but this could open those old wounds again if they don't get this right.